I thought it was her
bass
daddy,
solo, bass
but she
solo.
had
Here comes the
5
bass solo.
more. I can't do fucking shit.
We're about to cause a ruckus with the community.
I got beat up by a special ed.
Hold on, bitch.
Hey, tell me if this counts as bullying.
Even like in a silly goose time.
That's pretty cool, I think. He calls me Zaddy. Welcome.
To the Bad Neighbor Podcast.
All right, first and foremost, we should talk about why Anthony is undoing his belt, groaning, and going, oh, man.
I feel so sick right now. What I did to that bathroom, I apologize. But let's just say I had sushi and a McGangbang before I got here, and I feel sick.
You had sushi?
Yeah, I had a roll.
You had sushi to pregame McDonald's McGanggangs?
I had a $17 sushi roll and $15 of McDonald's. I'm
I was
living.
going to say, did you get it at Albertsons?
No, Jin Sushi, one of the best sushi places in Bakersfield. But I might as well have got it from fucking Albertsons.
So is it too much in your tum-tum? Or is
I
it
think
just...
it's the surf and turf literally fighting. There's a surf and turf battle in my stomach. Right now.
It's the fake beef, fucking beefing with the fake.
It's a turf
fighting
battle
with the real food.
Yeah. And it's like, we were here first.
It's a half-eaten fish getting McGangbanged by
That's
chicken.
basically. That's my stomach's getting gangbanged by a tempura roll right
Casting
now.
couch in your stomach.
The imitation crab's trying to break it up.
Dad, I mean, did you plug the toilet at all?
No, come on, dude.
I just
I don't
take that
shit
for
No,
solid.
because our toilets are easily plugged. That's all I
I don't shit solids. I have diarrhea all the time. It's
Wait,
just like water.
Bro,
Oh, so you can shit through a strainer.
Yeah.
But man, if you use too much toilet paper in any of these toilets, they back up.
Oh no, I used to.
Fuck everything.
Dude, I'm a Mexican. We had to put our toilet paper in the trash can inside the bathroom. So like, I already know how to use only 2 sheets to get the job done.
oh my god. Dude, today at work, they wanted me to go unplug a toilet because it was clogged.
What's your job title?
I'm a dishwasher,
Oh,
not a
man.
fucking plumber. I was this close to fucking quitting because they're like, hey, do you mind going and do this? I was like, first of all, that's not even my fucking job.
Yeah, I mind.
Call the fucking maintenance guy. What are we doing? Guy had me fucked up.
I'll never forget, I was the dishwasher, and they had me clean the toilets one time. And this guy absolutely destroyed
You took a picture of
it.
this.
Yeah, somebody sent it to me before I cleaned it. They were like, hey, bro, can you clean this? And I went, no, dude. And they ended up making me clean it anyway, which is kind of crazy. Already, going in, this is your first time in my house. Is there anything different from the way I grew up compared to the way you grew up from just first glance?
Dude, you had a fucking what?
He's all, yeah, you guys have counters.
Dude,
You guys' counters
You guys don't have a dirt
floor.
floor?
usually the guy making sure you can get into the house is like a cousin that's like an ex-gang member, but you guys had a white lady that was like checking us in. It's funny because she's like, what's the last name? And I said Alvarez. She's like, you got another one that's easier? And I was like, how about Webb? She's
She
like,
fucking said that?
yeah.
How about one that's easier and less ethnic?
Webb.
Sorry.
2 B's, bitch.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Webb 2 Bs.
I got to teach him how to use the app. He fucked up on the app. Or
Yeah.
It was all just use the name Marcos Alvarez, like, and we used it, and she was all not here, and I was like, what
Yeah,
the
I
fuck?
forgot to click submit or something.
So
you know.
apparently I don't exist.
You guys call me. I'll get you in. Don't worry.
Yeah, I should have called you.
Yeah. Like, we
Call
got gardeners
the real
coming.
one.
Don't fucking worry about it, dude. Just...
Oh, new landscapers.
Why are they coming at 6 p.m.? It's a quote. They're doing
What
a.
is their trailer full of? Is that a weed whacker?
Why is he driving a Challenger?
You were also pretty impressed with my mom's cigarette case installation, no?
Yeah, that was. I really like that. I like any home you can step into and smoke a cigarette freely because at my house no one knows I smoke. They know I do, but
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
It's weird.
You
That
can
way
smoke-
you went and smoked a cigarette because you know my mom would be out there. You guys just start cigarette small talk.
That's why I smoke cigarettes, to make small talk
For
easier,
social
dude. It's
aspects,
so easy.
What did he
It's
talk to you about?
Christmas.
Talked about Christmas and what we did on Christmas. And as far as the name Alvarez is concerned, Tehachapi, I work at a school, and every time a Hispanic name comes through, no one can freaking say it. No one. It's like
the easiest
it's,
last
Saying
name.
it's true.
like up here, it's like so white that like I have coworkers and they'll butcher all the Hispanic last names, and I'm like,
They're all Hernandez.
it's not even
Nuts.
The insulation in your wall full of cigarettes, how long has that taken you so far?
I stopped doing it. I did it last year. I don't remember.
That's such bullshit. Yeah. You know that's bullshit.
So I don't do it no more.
That smoking jacket screams different. How long have you had that jacket?
Since I was your age.
Oh, then that's not an accurate test. She's had it for about 2 weeks, and that's her progress on that wall so far.
Oh, man.
If you didn't know. How was the ride up here, Anthony? Now that you know the ride that I have to drive every day, did you stand up for 5 minutes?
There were several times where I'm like, actually 2 times I said, okay, I get why Nathaniel doesn't just come to Tuesdays or Thursdays, whatever. Dude, this is a bitch, man. It's like, you really gotta want it. Like, and I can feel like if you're just chilling in your room and anything feels good, you're like, why am I gonna leave for a 2-hour round trip? It's just like, I get it. So
usually if there's something to do after the mic, it's a lot of fun.
yeah.
But I mean, when it's sometimes when it's like Sunday and I know we're not doing anything after the mic too, so I have to drive down, do 5 minutes, and then I'm like, fuck, I might as well go home now. You know what I mean? So I can get some rest.
You stayed at Anthony's or Marcos's house?
Usually Marcos's house if I do stay there because he's got a bed there now. But yeah, it's just I go like, I hope I have a podcast to listen to, or but I usually think of my jokes on the way down there at least. But yeah, it is just like, it's just the motivation to get your ass out of bed.
I commuted for like 4 years when we first moved up here.
What was your
White
secret?
Lane and Dash.
Oh man, how do you survive that? Like,
It was rough. After 4 years, it was getting really rough.
Yeah.
But I had a motorcycle for a while, which made it kind of interesting because people were trying to kill me every day. Kept me on my toes. Made the ride interesting. But man, the first time I got to like actually work up here and park up here, it was amazing.
You get to the job site and you're just rock cars. Like, Les, what is wrong with you?
No shit. On the 58, I almost got wiped out by a dual wheel tire. Like I was driving behind a big rig with a trailer, and one of the wheels just sheared off and like bounced right in front of my bike, just barely clearing my helmet. Like going 70 down the 58, like
Jesus
where the 99
Christ.
pass off is. There was now that my wife's out of the way, there was a lot of close calls, man. But like I said, it's a motorcycle teaches you how to be incredibly defensive. Because I've actually kind of wiggled out of the way a few times before, like I got rear-ended, and the car slammed on its brakes and it stopped within like inches of the car that was in front of me. Just watching my side view mirrors and stuff. I'm sorry, I'm drunk.
how long have you been using a motorcycle?
He's all to get pussy or to run?
I mean, I still don't have a motorcycle license, but I've been riding them street bikes since like 2010, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But I've ridden dirt bikes and stuff like that before.
When was the last time you rode that bike in the garage?
Just a month ago, maybe.
Oh, I sat on it, dude, and I felt good.
This is what I had to clean as a dishwasher. I'll put that on screen right
There's
now.
poo-poo everywhere.
They're like, Nathaniel, you're the dishwasher. Go clean that up.
That happens.
Dude, that's
But what happened before
He
this?
sat on that toilet reverse, is what he did.
You know what's the funny part about that story? Is that like if you look closely,
He's all,
he left his glasses underneath the stall.
I would have smashed those glasses.
dude,
Even if he came back for him, like, here's your glasses.
It looks like a crime scene.
Yeah, you're
How?
gonna-
Like, you have to figure out what happened. The glasses over here. There's blood on that corner of the room.
You smash his glasses up when he comes back for him. He goes, "What happened to my glasses?" Same thing that happened to our fucking bathroom, man.
Poopy,
They're fucked up.
poopy footprints going all the way outside.
dude, I think that guy ran into the bathroom. That shit was so intense. He just took his glasses
Yeah,
and like
how bad of a
winged them
shit
off.
does it have to be where you go, oof, throw 'em off.
Have you guys ever been like running to take a shit and you can't get your belt off? And because I think that's what happened. He tried to get his belt off. He had one of those zippers that was just like 5 buttons, you know? Couldn't get it off. Shit, and then pulled his pants. Shit was just coming out of his ass. It was on his boxers, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely a bad day. He was taking off a corset or something. Dude, it took fucking a while.
A faja. He had a waist trainer on.
Apparently, this is the story.
Because you
I
know how
don't-
closer it gets to the gate, the closer you get to the fucking toilet, right? You're doing fine, but the closer you get to the bathroom, it's like, oh, no,
Yeah.
no.
Your brain just talks to your asshole knowing it's just like, it's
Like,
time.
all
It's
right,
close.
we're ready to
go.
Can
allegedly,
we clean it up, please? Go ahead. No, really, you had something to say.
That guy who did the shit there, they said that he ran out of the restaurant without pants on. He also left his pants. So he took his shit. And then he
Where was this?
at one of the restaurants in Bear Valley, and apparently he was so gnarly he shit his pants and he didn't want to put them back on, so he left his pants and he left his glasses and he scurried out as fast as he could and didn't come back. It was at the Mulligan Room, yeah.
How old do you think this person was?
That they didn't tell me, but if I were to guess, 85. Because that guy had
How
no
did the
control.
were the glasses like hip or were they like bifocals? Like
Oh,
old-
they were like old people glasses, like totally older than your guys' glasses. I bet, if I were to take a guess, I would say 54. That would be my guess, like a buff 54.
Can we check the cameras? Like, can we?
I'm starting to think this was your dad pranking you
Go
at
ahead and
work.
show the camera footage. On
shit himself.
That's why he was like, no, what happened here was they shit reverse. He's like looking around to see if we figure it out.
Your mom's trying to kill me with her cooking, man.
They shit reverse.
Oh my god!
They needed an armrest to take a shit.
Have you crapped or pissed yourself in public before?
All the time.
Yeah,
All the time.
it happens.
The most memorable time that I've ever done is I think I was about 12 and I had to pee so bad we were in the Taco Bell drive-thru, and then I was like, Dad, I have to go inside. And so I ran out the drive-thru and I ran into the restaurant. And you know when you get to the door, you're like, you're ready. All right, here comes the piss. So your brain's telling yourself, get ready. You know, here it comes. And then you go to the door and go, and it's locked. And you go, fuck. Right there and then I just pee starts coming down my leg.
In the Taco Bell?
Yeah, in the Taco Bell. And then at that moment, in the middle of my piss, because I'm still pissing, I go, woman's bathroom. And I knock. I go, anyone in here? No response. I go in there, I pee in the woman's bathroom, and I run back to the car with a wet-ass leg. I don't know if you remember that, but you probably were thinking Taco Bell the whole time, so you don't remember.
So I got this kid like a dirt bike when he was, 10 or 12?
Yeah.
I figured, like, who
10th
didn't want a
birthday.
fucking dirt bike when you're younger? And I get him a little pit bike, a little 80. And it was a dope little bike, right? And we lived on an acre at the time, so he can just fucking shred around and have a great time. But this little pussy would not ride that motorcycle. He was so scared of it half the fucking time. So I decided to take him out because we were on a hill. I decided to take him out to Cal City.
Oh, yeah.
Because Cal City is just flat and it's sand and there's a lot of shit. And I had some friends out there that were kind of waiting for us. So I loaded up his pit bike into the into the van, and we start heading out to Cal City. And just as we got to the McDonald's in the Cal City, I think is when I shit myself, right?
This is how he breaks it. This is how he breaks it. I was sitting in the car, and he went, oh, no.
I thought I farted, but it wasn't a fart. It was a full-on fucking wet doo-doo in my pants.
And I went,
What have I done?
I went, what, Dad? What did we forget?
What did we forget?
And I was almost crying, dude. I'm like, I'm so sorry, because he was kind of excited about the trip. I'm like, we got to go back home. I shit myself. And then I was like kind of cleaning myself up on the side of the van. I was like, just don't look at me. Don't look at me.
To be real, I don't think we made it out of Cal City. I think we parked right in front of Carlos's Donuts. We were trying to get donuts.
No.
before
We made
went
it to Cal City.
out. Oh, we made it to Cal
Yeah, because
City.
I was so pissed off because
He did
we
it.
had to drive fucking 30, 40 minutes back to our house.
Luckily, it wasn't in a restaurant. He was sitting in a car. And I think he even prepared the fry. He went, oh, no. And then I'm like, what, Dad? And then he's like, I think I just shit myself. And I started laughing. He's like, we got to go home. And I went, what? Like, you can pick yourself up?
Yeah.
And he's like, see if there's any napkins in the center console. And I'm like giving him napkins. He's like, yeah, we have to go home. I think by the time we got home, we just realized we can do it, another day or something like that. But yeah,
No,
that
it was
was
a sad day. My son had to watch me wipe fucking doo out of my ass on the side of the car.
The fact they went, oh no.
you were pretty confident that you shit a lot of times in public. You name one, the best time you shit in public?
Oh man, I think the not the best, but the last time I pissed myself was in 2021, and I was stuck in traffic because there was a fucking fire on the Grapevine, and it was one of those where I was like, it was stop and go traffic. I was in the 4th lane. I couldn't just get off to piss. My dick. I don't know. I couldn't get a bottle to work. Like I'm driving with one hand, stop and go
He's trying to say
traffic.
his dick is really big. He's just being humble right now.
No, dude. I didn't. Dude, I
Toss it out the window.
Dude, I wish I had a bottle like this. I had one of those tiny fucking like Kirkland brand water bottles.
Oh,
Dude,
You just need enough room for the pee hole, dude.
dude,
That's That's all you need. I've had to piss on the side of fucking so many roads, working out in the field and everything.
But can you do it while you're in stop and go traffic?
No. Yeah. I got it.
So at a point, I just said, I literally was like, I'm just gonna piss. And I just pissed my pants, sat and pissed for 45 minutes. My car just I washed it the next
bet the
day.
first 5 minutes was good because it was warm. You're like, I guess I don't need AC.
It was embarrassing, dude. It was.
But 20 minutes later, it gets cold and you're sitting in your piss and you're in traffic. That's gotta suck.
Can we clean it up, guys?
He didn't
What if I
mention.
try to become governor one day?
I was literally 4 minutes into this. You're all, I'm drunk.
Hey,
Walked in, he had 2 beers.
Did you
No.
walk?
I had a 22 before I started the 2 beers.
What kind of 22 did you have?
It was a
You're all Miller High
Big
Life.
Sir. It was a Big Sir. I can get the bottle, but who would care?
Did you watch the last podcast with my dad?
Yeah, I watched half of it.
Do you? That's
The Chinese
base with
thing?
the bandana on it.
Yeah, he moved it for the Christmas
That's
tree.
my blondie, yeah.
He made sure it was in the back.
So you guys kind of representation that. So when you go to bluegrass festivals, there's tons of upright basses, and you want yours to stand out because people will like leave them laying around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And plus, it's to dry your hands if your hands get too sweaty while you're playing. And
Or if you're,
it's multi-purpose.
it's kind of like when you're at an airport and you want your luggage to stick out, you throw a red bandana on it so you can.
Or your dog.
Oh my god,
Like that's my dog. It's got my bandana on it.
it's got my bandana on.
Just like Nathaniel, he's been wearing that shirt like 8 days in a row. Embarrassing event?
He said Nathaniel
most-
just asked off screen, what is the most embarrassing thing we've sucked on?
Your mom's
dad asked to
tits.
clean this up. I don't know why you're continuing to make it dirty, but I will say a corn dog. But no, he said, what's the most embarrassing story? What
No, embarrassing event, but it
does
doesn't
that
make
mean?
sense.
What is an embarrassing
Like an event that we've been to?
Like all your graduations.
Jesus Christ. So all of them were a waste
Yeah,
of goddamn
like,
time.
oh, you're his dad?
you're that Avatar's dad over there.
Be the only one cheering for him when he walks across.
Jesus Christ.
Did you play sports in high school, Dad? You were just a skater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so shut the fuck up.
Where'd you go to high school? Where'd you go to high school, Les?
Where didn't I go to high school?
Oh, shit. Vista West continuation.
After, my mom and dad got divorced when I was like 7. We moved like every year. But when I was in Bakersfield, it was mostly West High.
Ah. When did you graduate? Or when?
93.
Okay.
Me and him lived in the same apartment complex.
Yeah, Del Pine Terrace Apartments. I got my first apartment there my senior year because I was 18.
Really?
Yeah, but we already went through this through
Yeah.
the old podcast. But yeah,
You
Del Pine Terrace
deflowered my
Apartments.
mom in
I took
his apartments.
his mom's virginity in those apartments.
It's all
Now
love
that you're all
Nathaniel.
caught up.
No, it was the exact apartment, right?
No.
It was
No.
just in the vicinity.
Yeah,
right?
mine were more towards the back. I think you're towards the street. Right?
I'm right in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been so cool if
I
it
see it all.
was.
You just took
That's
my
my
Gatorade,
mom we're talking
motherfucker.
about, and it would still be cool if it was the same apartment.
I like that earlier we were talking about how like hitting your woman, you'll understand that when you're older. Right before.
Don't get me wrong, I want to have my fair share of hitting women in
come
my
on.
days.
It's women. Do you guys get fucking annoyed with that?
With what?
He says woman instead of women,
women,
the
yeah.
plural of woman.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
And
too.
he's calls sweatshirts jackets all the fucking time. I'm like, you're adopted, dude. What the fuck?
Where do you?
That's not even.
That's
It's
not
something
normal.
he. Yeah, no, it's not because it's not something we do in the house. It's
Yeah.
not like he learned it from anything.
It's
He's all fuck. I should have smoked pot when your mom was pregnant.
That's from that 1 year you spent living in Bakersfield. You picked up on bad habits.
Really? Do you do it on purpose at this point?
Oh yeah, come on.
No, I don't, I promise.
come
you say
on.
women instead of.
There's a bunch of
You
women
say
here.
woman
There's
instead
a bunch
of women.
of women.
Look
here.
at all these women here.
You
Does
can't
that
even
sound
say
good?
women.
women. You can't say women.
Women?
Now you're pretending to say women.
No. What? Women.
Just say bitches, dude.
still wants to say woman.
Bunch of bitches over here.
There we go. A bunch of bitches in here, dog.
Yeah, that might be the correct vocabulary. My dad started yelling at my mom earlier because he was watching the
Meghan Markle.
You heard about it?
Yeah, she told me
She
about
threw a
it.
remote at me.
What? What happened?
We're getting divorced. I hate that you had to learn. I hate that you had to learn
Episode
about
18.
it through this way, but we are divorcing.
That's
We
the
were
name of the
watching-
podcast.
I have so many options. I don't need that bitch throwing remotes at me.
Just like the remote, plenty of channels. But apparently, my mom was trying to watch a documentary about the Queen and the King of Britain and whatnot.
No,
It was a
the
documentary.
the Prince.
Meghan Markle's a princess.
Prince and the princess and the prince and the prince. Yeah.
The Princess
Anyway,
and the Peach.
My dad was complaining the entire time because he was like, "Oh, they're fucking complaining the whole time in this on this documentary, but we all know they're rich and they don't have to worry about things financially." And my mom got so mad, threw a remote at him and ran
Because he
out.
was right.
That was the most mad I've seen my dad in the last 12 days.
She threw a remote at
Spilling the tea, man.
What was day 12 about? The last 12 days, what was my last blow up?
Right before that, he was like, I almost hit her.
Dude,
the
she didn't
remote.
have reach on me. She's got reach on me, though.
You never learned how to fight inside?
No.
You never watched a Mike Tyson fight?
Do you think you could take me in a fight, Dad?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I'm willing to take it further than you would.
He's willing
You
to
mean
kill
that?
his firstborn.
Because I'd be teaching you something, right?
Right.
Right.
I'm just thinking, like,
But you'd be all, oh, it's my dad. I don't want to hurt him. Yeah, I'll be all fucking him up, dude. I'll be putting my second knuckle in his eyeball and everything, dude.
I would
Ripping
I
off
think
a
I
testicle.
Better speed, more reach, more athleticism, more
Yeah, but I
stamina.
got more weight. There's a reason why there's weight classes in
And-
Yeah, but
MMA.
that's getting dodged because I got maximum range on you.
And your dad's also been in a real fight.
Oh, so is
Yeah.
he?
Well, not really.
He punched a retarded kid. Doesn't count.
He laughed because he knows it's true.
Wait, really?
But
Wait, what happened? Explain yourself.
Do you remember the story I told you? It's like the second podcast. I got in a fight with a special ed kid.
But why do you say special ed? Because special ed these days isn't special ed. What
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
used to
it was
be.
just a kid that got F's in all of his classes, so they
He's-
put him in
he was
special
just
ed
a
classes.
Nathaniel
Yeah.
got in a fight
He's
with
a
the
punk.
mirror.
He's a punk. I said punk.
He went to prison, and he didn't go to special ed prison.
He had a bad.
He was a bad kid. Let's just
And
say
he used to
that.
beat on my son because
So
my
that
son
answers
would
your
let
question.
him until I told him like stop letting him.
And then what'd
I
you
was like,
do?
he's gonna keep on beating because I had the same kind of bully when I was younger, Jason Pember, who was like half my size, but he used to hit on me just because he knew he could, even though I towered over him. And until one day I didn't let him, and then he was trying to be my buddy ever since. And this kid cornered him with a whole bunch of buddies and was like punching on him, and he was trying to hold restraint, and finally just let him have it. And kid never, mess with you again, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I thought you were talking about your story, not mine. but
Well, I
yeah.
mean, they're both similar. They're
Yeah.
exactly the same.
Nathaniel didn't throw a punch. He's like, just stop, retard.
I went.
Well, he was my bully was
I'm
like
like-
punching me in my chin because we were out skating, and he was punching
Yeah.
me, and I had my buddy Gene. I can see his face still to this day. And he was fuck you, and he said something about my mom, and that's
Yeah.
my trigger, man. And I just dunk. It was one hit, and that guy fell like
then you
fucking wicker
fucking
cabinet.
curb stomped him, and
No, dude, I was shocked. Actually, I cried and ran home.
What about? He's like, oh no. The same reaction when he shit.
But I saw that guy 2 days later walking down the road, and he was like, "Hey, we're cool, dude. We're cool." And I'm like, fuck yeah, we're cool, because I'll do it again. I swear. I don't know what I did. I don't know. I blacked out.
Oh, fuck yeah, we'll do it again. And then as soon as that interaction was over, he was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. My dad took me. I did jujitsu 2 years before this kid
You
tried to
pushed out
fight
of
me,
that too.
and they made a little circle around me so I couldn't escape. And I knew how to protect myself because my dad had taught me one against your head, one over here. And then I didn't want to punch him, and then I just punched him once, and I gave him a black eye, and he fell back, and then he walked back with the rest of the class. I think the part of the reason I cried is because nobody walked back with me. You know what I mean? I kicked his ass.
You wanted the ring girls to come and walk with you and shit.
One of the ring girls comes around. Final round. Come on. Actually, that's not how the fight happened. I went, time out. We stopped right there.
Really?
We were all ready to go to bat for him.
I think I wish-
they were both in the principal's office, and actually they were in there 3 or 4 times before. and he had to apologize.
They were
to
trying
you?
to they were trying to figure out if I should be suspended or not. But it was just because I was surrounded, I didn't get suspended. So I was in good hands. And I didn't go to those meetings. Mom did, believe it or not. I never saw him in a light of day anymore. You know what I mean?
What,
He didn't want to be.
anger management meeting.
He stayed a mile away from me after that. You know what I mean? Scared him off. Have you guys gotten in fights when you were kids?
Yeah, I fought a cop.
What?
You fought a cop?
Yeah,
Who won?
I did.
Oh, good.
And you didn't even have
He always says this. It's a guy who became a cop. It's a guy who went to the academy after he fought him. It's not an actual cop.
Good, because I was just like kind of white guilting you. You should not hit cops. You should not hit cops ever. You should comply with all their commands.
Don't listen to him. Don't hit him.
So what happened?
Is it
I just put his. I think I told the story already.
I don't think you did.
Did I just tell it off air? Or I
Just
told
say
you
it.
guys?
Maybe on
Who cares?
Hagwar.
Just say it.
Probably, but I took a lock because we were in the locker room and he had a Yoplait yogurt and he spilt his Yoplait yogurt and he was like mad that he spilt his yogurt.
I feel like I'm watching that Mega
And
Markle.
I literally just took his lock to
Was
his
this the
locker.
boys' locker room or the
The
girls'
boys'
locker
locker
room?
room. I
It was
took
a special ed locker room.
Was this kindergarten or 5th grade?
this was like our
Actually,
sophomore.
the Planet Fitness gym.
No, it was our freshman year of high school.
Was it
and
Yoplait or Greek
It
yogurt?
was Yoplait. It was just regular strawberry Yoplait. I remember that. And then fucking, I just took his lock and put it in there, and he got all mad.
In the yogurt.
Yeah,
Oh.
and he got all pissed off because I was just like fucking with him because he was already mad.
You're asking for it then.
Pretty much.
But you took it too far, man.
Yeah, you
Oh
did.
yeah, I took it too far. I was like, "Bitch, you're the one who spilt your
So then
yogurt."
what? You put the yogurt, and then what happens after that?
He got all pissed
He
off.
squares
and, like,
up or
like-
what?
Like put his head down to tackle me, and then like we just started fighting from there. And then
Damn.
there was a
So
point.
you wrestled.
No, we
Like
started,
a fucking.
no, like we threw. Someone had a video of it. Like we were really throwing punches after a while, and then there was a point where like I grabbed him and like I had his nuts and I stuffed him in the locker, and like I held him in there.
Okay, John Wick.
Like I had his nuts, and
That's
then, like,
nuts,
and then I grabbed like his shirt or something, and I kind of put him in the locker, and then this big ass this kid was like 6'3", like 227, just all muscle, walked in and like broke it up. And I accidentally I threw my last punch and it hit him in the back, and he snapped his neck at me, and I got scared. I was like, "Fuck!" And I have to fight him next. But yeah, fought a cop.
Dang.
Yeah, don't cut that out, but leave Julian saying the N word in the last podcast.
Yeah,
Did he say the N-word in the last
Yes!
podcast? I don't even remember that.
clearly didn't listen to it.
You watched the podcast?
I did.
Oh,
I was fucking sorry.
He's drunk.
No, I'm.
Go ahead and tell him.
What's up? What's wrong?
Go ahead and tell him. Go ahead
What
and tell him,
happened?
I took some Shroom Tech Sport.
Hey,
it's been tested by Joe Rogan.
The brain fog is gone.
so how you feeling? Good alert.
Fantastic.
I never took mushrooms.
No, I was.
I didn't take them.
What's that?
I didn't take any mushrooms.
Oh, you just fucking dosed me?
Yeah.
You're
I
like,
picked up
all
the
I got is
box-
this huge candy bar.
When I picked up the box and I shook it, I was like, I would take some, but I want him to get really fucked up. So I just gave it to you. I was like, here, you took some? I was like, yeah, sure. I took some earlier. Yeah, I took some yesterday.
Well done, lad.
But
I had a very frustrating day doing breaks.
I gotta
so-
not fucking make that a habit where I just dose people.
No, I willingly took candy out of your fucking.
I know.
You didn't even have to entice me into your van with puppies or anything.
Yeah.
This is your Ari Shafir story. I like how you said that. You said that right outside. You're like, I didn't take any mushrooms, and I gave your dad a shit ton. And we walk in, and you're playing with the lights for the background. I was like, he's gonna get fucked up.
You know how many times I've had to divert my gaze?
And he's over
I
here.
just wanna
Hold
stare
on,
at those lights.
real quick. And then Uncle A's over here is all, you know who you're fucking with? Do you know who you're fucking with? Dude, this shit almost every day, son.
I might be quiet the rest of the podcast. Staring at the
He's
lights.
staring at lights and shit.
The lights are over.
You know what this party needs? Some Grateful Dead.
I took 5 pieces yesterday and watched Avatar. I didn't get that high, and I was pissed.
Watch the new one.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was fun because we were all fucking joking around and shit.
Yeah. Who'd you watch it with then?
Me, Howdy, his lady, Bobby,
Oh, that
Bobby
sounds
Rivers,
fun.
and Schmarko.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
That's fun Christmas.
it was fun.
Can't believe the movie theaters open on Christmas.
Oh yeah, they're open all day. That's like a big movie day.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of people go to the movie theaters. That's the most. That's the busiest day the movies are.
Oh, gotcha.
What?
I'm here.
Yeah, guys, he's gonna run for fucking Bear Valley mayor.
Later, we get a vlog of him like jogging in the backyard naked. Like, guys, just do some laps with me.
I wish I brought more.
Oh,
Those
man,
are just sitting on my counter, and I took them. I was like, fuck it.
curse you. If you would have brought more, that would have been cool. We could have given some to the dog, given some to Anthony, give some to me.
What would happen if you give dog mushrooms?
A buddy of mine, I remember, he put out.
Dogs are stupid. The same thing would fucking happen. They look stupid and defunct all the fucking time. There'd be no fucking difference.
No difference.
They may lay down a little bit more, but I mean, do they do anything?
They can't roll over
Not at
anymore.
all.
That's
So
it.
they can't laugh at movies. Like, what are they gonna
Yeah.
do? Like,
My buddy,
I
my
might put on
buddy.
Step Brothers again. That was crazy.
All of a sudden, the dog takes mushrooms and he can understand Step Brothers. You're like, whoa. A buddy of mine, he had 5 pieces of bread with mushrooms put on it with peanut butter. And then another buddy was like, I'm going to grab my phone. And when he left, the dog ate the entire sandwich. And he came back. And then a buddy of mine, his name was Matthew, he had to watch everybody else trip plus the dog and not him because that's all they had. And apparently the dog was staring at him one time and he snapped and the dog fell over just by the side. Just went, he went, hey, buddy. And he went and landed on his side. And the dog was just, it wouldn't speak, wouldn't talk. It just stared and his pupils were even bigger somehow. I'm like, that sounds like a lot of fun.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Go, you're not gonna sleep.
I think I need therapy.
The first I gave Anthony the same exact chocolates the first time, and me and him both didn't go to bed until like 3 a.m.
I have unresolved issues.
He's all, guys,
He goes,
I think I'm gay.
guys, I should have hit my wife earlier.
I mean, she'd listen more, right?
We wouldn't have this problem with the remote thing.
He starts doing what you do when you're on mushrooms. I should call my wife.
Oh my
Bring her in
god.
here.
That's the last person I want in this room right now.
Hey, she walks in, all you hear him go, bitch! Get out of this house!
I gotta go to the bathroom.
He's jogging to the bathroom. We're talking about shit your pants stories.
last night Rivero threw up at the movie theater.
Really? Because he took too much mushrooms?
No. Rivers was on a cocktail of shit.
Oh.
He took, what did he take? He took acid, and he took mushrooms, and he took something else. I don't remember. I think they were drinking too.
A high C, fucking slushy. Anyway, he gets up from the middle of the movie and he comes over and he's like, "Would you just shut the fuck up? You're ruining the movie for me." And he gets up and he goes out. And then when he walks out and he leaves the theater, he's just like crawling out like a little gremlin and shit.
He always gets mad when he's on drugs. Any drug. Alcohol even. Like one time I walked up to him super high and I farted. And he went, "What the fuck, man?" And he was like, "I get to sucker punch you in the face now." And I'm like, "No, you don't."
Mexicans don't think farts are funny, dude.
Really?
I remember I farted on a chick one time. And
Was it in bed?
she blocked me on Facebook and stopped talking to me.
Oh my
Like it was one
God.
of those, like she was offended.
Yeah.
And it was at a comedy like class like retreat thing. So it was weird that she was
I remember I took a ton of edibles before watching the Spider-Man No Way Home. And I didn't get to sit with my friends because I got a late ticket. And then I had some guy come up to me and go, "Hey, you should sit, in a different chair." And I took him like 5 minutes to show him my ticket. And I sit in the very corner in the very front. And it made me so sick. And on the way home, I would just like everybody in the car was socially awkward, so I carried the conversation on the way there. On the way back, I promise you there was no speaking whatsoever because I carried it. And then he finally dropped me off, and he's like, I hope you're okay, Nathaniel. And then I puked all over the yard, and it was snow. My dad asked me, he was like, did you pee in the yard last night? And I'm like, no, that's popcorn puke. It was so grossed out. How was that? Was it just a piss or shit? I think I can smell it. It was both.
It was a life-changing event.
Oh, dude,
You looked yourself
I
in
think
the
the
mirror?
buzz with the Shrimp Tech Sport.
Hey,
There we go. Just play with the lights. Just play with the lights.
a year ago.
You're playing with those ones.
That one's my favorite, guys. That one's my favorite.
A year ago, I gave my nephew mushrooms for the first time, but he's like 24, and it was the chocolate ones. And I think he had some unresolved issues because in the middle of the movie, he started to trip out, and he got really scared. And all my other little nephews and nieces were around, and he started acting a fool. And they were like, "What's wrong with him? Why is he acting weird?" And he ended up calling my sister and admitting to her that I gave him mushrooms, and so I had to, and I was also on shrooms, so I was like in the middle of like trying to calm him down, but I was also tripping out.
Dang.
And talking to my sister and telling her like, "Hey, it's all right. He's just depressed about life. He's not actually worried." And it was bad, dude.
Dude,
Bad.
drunk or high on anything, when you're given a mission, that sucks.
Oh man.
When you got a task to complete while you're high, it's
I
the
like it.
worst. You like it?
I like it.
Really? Why is that?
Because it's really
This
not a
regular
big deal.
life isn't that hard.
Yeah, it's not a big fucking deal.
We gotta delete this whole podcast.
He's over here playing with lights, dude. The Ungrateful Dead's about to sound phenomenal tonight, dude.
We should fucking play it, right?
We can't play it. We'll get pulled.
I don't think they'll hear it on the podcast. I bet you'll be fine, Dad, as
They'll
long
be
as you keep it
fine.
low.
They'll be fucking enjoying themselves. What are you talking about? They'll hear it.
I like it. He's all, "Yeah, we should just play it, right?"
Right, guys? Come on, raise the hands.
He's sitting there. He's like, "I kind of regret getting rid of that trampoline now. Should have just laid on it. Look at the
yeah.
stars."
Hey, why did you want us to bring swim trunks?
We still can. We can go to the hot tub, and I thought it'd be cool, but I think we got a trip set my dad now.
Where's the hot tub?
It's about just a mile down.
Let's just chill out.
Yeah, when he said that,
He even sent it in a voice message so he
called me
couldn't
gay.
text it
I
out.
just want to see your hairless bodies in a hot pool of water.
that's the gayest thing ever. Is a guy asking you to get in a hot tub with them. It's like, who gets in a hot tub with?
I know,
3
sober
straight men?
too. It's like if we're
Yeah.
if we're hanging out and whatever,
It's like if we're on cocaine, cool, but we're not on cocaine.
let's have some Red Bull Gatorades and get in the fucking.
bring their fucking
All it is we're gonna turn on the fucking bathtub water and put our feet in it. That's what's gonna be a fun time.
You guys can just wear your
like a
underwear.
good hang.
See your son. See how much of a loser your son
swim
is.
shorts.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
listen.
Play it again. Play it again.
Bring swim shorts.
You sound like a Down syndrome kid.
He just
Bring swim shorts.
It's like, what are you organizing a sleepover?
I just rolled my ankle, and I was a bit out of it, okay?
You rolled your ankle?
I did. It's probably swollen right now.
Can you smoke that?
You smoke.
Yeah, my ankle's a little bit swollen, but you can't really tell.
Your
There's
ankle's
no point
swollen?
Fucking foot on the table. Look at that.
I
Mira.
know.
You
Your
realize
ankle's-
what house you're in? You're in the Webb's house.
anything goes.
You don't take off your shoes to go to bed, okay? Keep them on. You're in the Webb's fucking house right now.
That's right. This is a Japanese motorcycle boot. This is what it is.
Motorcycle boot. My
I
dad
thought it
asked
was
me
a
if I
jab
want.
slap.
He's all, get ready, stay ready.
My mom puts Monster in the pasta for dinner. That's a fact. I'll tell you that.
What? She put Monster in the pasta?
No, I'm just playing. But sometimes she does give us Red Bull to drink with our dinner. That's for sure.
What the fuck?
Really?
I remember Marcos last time was just flaming us about how white trash we are. Do you think we're white trash at all?
No.
We have 2 garages, and that's what he was going on about over and over
Oh,
and
I
over
know. The 2 garages weirds me out
again. Yeah.
because one's not really a garage.
And you're like, I don't have even 1 garage, so it throws me off.
No, that's how is that white trash to have extra space?
No, because it's not a full garage. When you
It's like
walk
a
in, you can see it's like an awning.
Where are we going to put our dirt bikes? We got to have a lot of storage.
It's like a shop.
Yeah, it's like a shop, but it's not like a real garage.
That's where we fix
It's
our
a carport.
ATVs.
It's a
Yeah.
carport.
Carport is exactly what it
Yeah,
is.
I like that.
It's a
I mean, it's
carport
almost a
with
full garage
door.
though, with an opening
Yeah.
to get to the other garage.
Exactly.
Right. Snob.
I dig it. This is luxury. Honestly, I'd say this is bougie for me.
This is pretty bougie.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
But that's because I live
We're
in a
just-
1-bedroom cot, so it's like
Yeah, for real.
Like our plumbing's from the 70s for sure, but I mean,
I just burped.
yeah, we heard.
There you go. There's your remote. For the other one.
I'm gonna get a call at 3 a.m. It's like, hey man, do you think stars are real?
I don't even think the moon is real.
He starts eating all the snacks in our fridge. He's like, hold on, guys. I got to.
it doesn't make you hungry. I can't stop yawning for some reason.
Yeah, it makes
I'm
you yawn.
tired.
It makes you yawn.
Yeah.
It feels good though.
Maybe you'll sleep pretty good. I feel good. I've had so much bluegrass vape. I'm sinking in my chair. I feel like.
You vape?
No. I'm
No,
just kidding.
he's like he made like 4 cocktails already. And that last one was a double shot.
Look, you're still. Oh, I thought that was your cocktail. It's actually a sea salted spray candle. I thought it's the same color.
It's whiskey. Oh my goodness.
How you feeling, Old Clay?
What?
How you feeling?
Progress report.
You're on the way up. And your nose is running?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that one? Is that the clearage?
Yeah. So it's like his nose is running, he's yawning. You're on the way up.
My
Right.
dad in the middle of the podcast, he goes, fuck this, I'm going to play GTA.
I don't play GTA anymore.
He does what
It's
I
Red Dead
did.
Redemption till I die.
He does what I did in the movie Nope. He's all,
You go outside and think.
No, I don't puss out on anything.
I honestly, when you said that, you're like, you're the only one that took a mushroom. So I thought my dad was going to go, fuck you. And he went, well
I thought we were gonna have a moment, dude. I thought we were gonna bond, kind of take some shit together, fucking work through its issues.
I thought he was going to share all the way around, and he brought just enough for you. It
Trust
just kinda
me, you don't
fucked
want
up.
Marcos on mushrooms. It gets.
Yeah, that's true. When Marcus
What?
gets on mushrooms, he calls his ex-girlfriends his current girlfriends.
When
Calls
Marcos
his
is
mom.
on
the dosage
mushrooms,
you gave me is normally your normal dose.
yeah, 4 pieces?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Oh,
I took 5 yesterday. You took 4 yesterday. How did you feel?
I was trying to make it seem like it was a lot, but
It wasn't that much. It's like a mild high.
it's very chill.
I think I'm 240 pounds, but I think that scale lies to us.
Do you want to bring the scale and see how
I
much
think-
we all weigh now?
Oh, come on, we
No,
got
bring
to
the
we
scale,
got
bring the scale,
we
bring
got to
the
be.
scale.
Look, we don't need to
The
bring
the
scale
weight
out.
loss challenge didn't survive for a reason. All right.
He doesn't know if the scale's accurate.
Step on it. Jesus Christ.
230 pounds.
I wish I weighed that.
Oh, yeah, that's
He
definitely wrong.
wishes he wore it. So it's wrong?
Actually, the mushrooms make you lose weight.
Yeah, that's true, Dad.
I can step on it and get like 3 different.
Molecular dialysis makes you lighter.
The fuck did you just say?
I was trying to psych him out, dude. Relax.
Molecular dialysis.
That's yours.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to like have you talk.
On the scale. We won't say it out loud. I promise.
He just goes, holy shit, 400 pounds.
Holy shit! Marcos just fell through the kitchen floor.
This thing's been lying to me.
And you just step on it?
No, you have to stand on it with your hands.
Is that right or wrong?
Wow,
It's close.
dude.
Is it?
Yeah, it's actually really
Holy.
close.
What is it?
276.
No, you didn't have to say it out loud.
I wouldn't have guessed that. I thought you were a lot lighter than it. You look
okay,
a lot.
So look, now it's 250.
There we go.
I'll tell you
Remember
what.
It was like 239 before.
Marcos,
Dude, what the fuck
you
is
look
up with
a
the
lot
scale?
lighter than what you are. That's for
I
sure.
calibrated it.
You look a lot lighter.
I'm definitely 250. I'm the size of a linebacker with no
Not
muscle.
now, Dad. Not now. But I'm curious how crazy and how delicate your fingers are when you play the bass when you're at your peak.
Oh, dude, I don't know if I can play that.
Yeah, you can. Look at me.
Yes, you can.
You can play the fuck out of that thing.
Look at me, Dad.
You should just
You
passively
can
play it
the
while
fuck
we're
out of that
talking.
bass.
Yeah, go ahead, jump on that thing and put a little background music on for us. You got this.
We'll just pretend like we're talking, and then if you could sing Johnny Cash while you're at it as well.
He's all, I walk the line.
Want to sing a Johnny Cash song?
You got to bring it here and we'll hold the mic
Set
to
that
your
microphone.
face.
Set that microphone on the table in front of you.
All right, if you're listening, Uncle Ollie is going to play the upright standing bass right now while he's
Oh,
getting
he's
his
gonna bring it
bass.
to us. He's gonna bring it to us.
Oh, here he is.
He's all, this isn't my bass.
Remember, Dad, this is your mixtape
It's
that
like
everyone's
my bass had
gonna
a
see.
blue
That's what I
bandana.
say. My
My
bass,
bass was a crip.
blue bandana. How dare this bass not be red?
This doesn't sound right, honey. What'd you do to
Huh?
my bass?
You listen to Johnny Cash at all?
I know who he is.
I know who he is. He's like, yeah, John Money. Of
Can
course.
you
Yeah.
play some Travis Scott?
Oh, dude.
Are you feeling the strings? This
Oh,
string,
he's
dude?
in
Oh
tune,
my-
baby.
This is the best I've ever seen him play. Okay.
Hey.
All right.
Early one morning while making the rounds, took a shot of cocaine and I shot my woman down. I went right home and I went to bed. I stuck that loving 44 beneath my head. Got up next morning and I grabbed that gun. Took a shot of cocaine and away I'd run. Made a good run, but I run too slow. They overtook me down in Juarez, Mexico. Laid in the hot joint, taking the pills. And walked the sheriff from Jericho Hill. He said, Willie Lee, your name is not Jack Brown. You're that dirty rat that shot your woman down. Oh yes, my name is Willie Lee. If you've got a warrant, just read it to me. Shot her down because she made me slow. I thought it was her
Bass
daddy,
solo. Bass
but she
solo.
had
Here comes the
five
bass solo.
more.
You were killing it there for a
Yeah,
minute.
dude, you slayed that,
You were
man.
killing it for a minute.
You and your little soccer pants. That was awesome, man. You killed it.
Oh, I love this shit, dude.
Wow.
I can't sing right now.
I like the choice of song.
That was heroic.
I feel that song was very deep down what you were feeling earlier.
Cocaine Blues.
Yeah.
Why did you start playing the bass, Dad?
He's like, I wanted to hit my wife. That's why I started playing the bass.
And I needed a
I wanted
safe
to-
outlet,
I wanted to stop slapping my wife.
so I slapped the bass.
Slap that bass right, baby. So that's the only thing I have control in my life so far.
At least the bass sounds good when you slap it.
Oh, shit.
Why did you start playing the bass?
I didn't start until I was like 27,
All right.
and
So Anthony's age.
yeah,
I'm
Actually.
29.
Well, about the same age.
Yeah.
He's,
About when I
40, he's
did-
48. It's been a
Yeah.
while. That's about the
Wow,
same range.
nice.
He doesn't look 48. He looks 30, you know?
right. I look 58.
No,
I feel
you-
58.
You weigh 58, but you're not.
You weigh 250.
I'd say 45.
You weigh, order 58 at McDonald's.
I need some just for men in the beard. I think that'd make all the difference in
Touch
the
of
world.
gray.
So give us some
Grateful Dead
inspiration.
reference. I appreciate it. Why did I start playing bass?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't play guitar.
Why'd you start fucking men? Because I couldn't get pussy.
It's a solid one. That's how every gay origin story starts. Cassandra said no, but Cody said yeah.
And the Dahmer story starts.
He actually wanted to be a bass player.
I started off wanting to play drums, and I met a drummer, and he was fantastic. And he said, man, it'd be cool if you play guitar, and then I can play drums, and we can play together. It was probably some gay shit going on, right? But I was like, dude, I'm 27. I'm not going to learn guitar. And he's like, well, try bass, because you just have to worry about notes instead of chords and all that stuff. So that's how it all began. I bought a bass on my 27th birthday. and we jammed around. We just did punk rock stuff. And
What's the biggest crowd you got at the Crystal Palace in Bakersfield?
oh, we used to pack the house. We used to have like 450 or 500, I think, is what packs that place. But
That's crazy.
when Buck was alive, he'd pull people from Japan and Germany and all that shit. And places would be packed. People from France with their fanny packs.
Damn.
And then we'd close for him because he'd want to be in bed by 8. So he'd run off the stage around 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then my band would like close out the night and stuff like
Is that like the best celebrity moment you think you've had, pretty much?
With Buck Owens?
Closing for Buck Owens.
Closing for Buck Owens.
Is that like your biggest
Do
credit?
you ever have a conversation with him like, hey, man, can you close? And
Brief.
you're like, of course,
I
Buck.
met him a few times it was always like the first time when
Yeah.
I met him there was like a little like bathroom, kitchen area, whatever, side stage area that we'd pass.
He saw Taylor Swift perform before she was famous.
She was on a KZZ tour. Before she like hit big,
Yeah.
she was only like 14 or 15 years old, and she played like an acoustic guitar, and she opened up for my band because we used to let the
Taylor Swift opened for you. Damn, son.
Who's the anti-hero?
Yeah.
You got to start writing
had
some
more
breakup
drive.
stories.
I think one of those
But
songs
I
is
remember
about
sitting
you.
out in the crowd because when we played like the Thursday or Wednesday night slots or whatever, they'd have radio talent come in and open up, and then we kind of close out again. And Taylor Swift was one of them. I remember back then he was just like, holy shit, this girl's so good. Like there's something about her. And we've had many acts kind of that we closed for or whatever come through on the KUZZ tours and all that stuff. But did it stop?
No, we're
No,
good.
we're still
Okay.
going.
Anyway, she just seemed like she had something going on. It was crazy. And then like a year later, she blows up.
Dropped
Into
red.
Tay-Tay, whatever we know now.
Whatever it was, yeah.
T-Swizzle.
T-Swizzle.
Did you ever meet her or no?
No, fuck no.
No. I don't talk to the opener.
No,
bitch
she
was below me.
She was 14 at the end. It would have been weird if you talked to her.
What are you guys talking about?
I'm like a bass player in a house band at the time. I was rolling deep.
This bitch was on tour. The fuck?
I remember you told me a story about the most embarrassing thing you did at the Crystal Palace.
About him tripping?
By the
Yeah,
way, the
tripping
Crystal
over the bass.
Palace is a very, very, very famous country stadium that Buck Owens built, right?
Yeah.
In Bakersfield, and it's probably the most famous spot in Bakersfield. My dad used to
It's a
perform there.
museum and a
Yeah.
event hall.
He used to
yeah.
perform there almost every week in a punk rock band that he used to have when he was
No,
younger.
It was a rockabilly band.
And a
It wasn't
rockabilly
that.
band when he was younger.
Punk rock band.
Little backstory. You
Black
can look it
flag.
up if you'd like.
His little punk rock band walks out there. He's like, Crystal Palace on your pockets, pussies.
So you had about 400 people, and what happened? Most embarrassing thing you did at the Crystal Palace. I think you were in the monkey costume, right?
What?
He told the story last time. About
I
when
did.
he fell
Yeah, no,
in
he
front
didn't.
of 400 people.
I turned over and I fell over my bass.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then he got up and they gave him a round of
I
applause.
thought you told that to me personally. Apologize.
Were you on mushrooms then?
Yeah. I don't know what I was on.
He left out the embarrassing part where he kneed his bass and went through it.
Whatever was in my drink, I guess.
Mm.
I remember when you had that gorilla suit because that
I
was
did have a
that was the
gorilla
name
suit.
of his band. It was 800-pound gorilla,
I was in a psychobilly band.
and you bring home like a real life gorilla suit, like the one they had in that SpongeBob episode.
Yeah.
And I would put it on and I'd scare my sisters and like walk around like a monkey in the house. And
Are you the one
scare
that
them.
fucking lost the head?
I don't think we ever found it. I remember I'd put like a bandana
Nope,
over
you
my head.
lost it.
I'd be like a blood
Sold
monkey.
it online.
a blood monkey.
He sold it.
Blood
He was all
monkey.
dead. I needed 40
We weren't
bucks.
like psychobilly. We were like moo metal.
Moo metal.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Moo or new?
Moo metal.
And then in the background just like,
Do you think they'd ever do comedy at the Crystal
Yeah, they
Palace?
do.
They do Crystal? Really?
certain acts go there.
Super big acts or what?
Like Steve Trevino performed there before he did the Fox.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Do you think we could score that, Dad? Do you have some in and
No,
outs?
got none.
You pull some strings for us?
No.
I know a guy that did the media at the Crystal Palace,
Ooh.
but he got fired.
Oh.
His name's Anthony Hopkins.
He was trying to get comedy in the Crystal Palace.
He didn't do a very good job.
Wait, who was the media guy?
No, he just ran video from. It was from when I did Kraken Eats Pineapple.
Oh.
What do you miss most about the Crystal Palace, Dad?
Me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you just play in wineries
He's
and
all
bars
fucking
like
getting
us.
he's
you
all
know.
getting away from my shit.
Don't get me
kids.
wrong, you make the crowd a lot more excited than we do, but that's all you play nowadays. You're a little rust bucket. What do you miss most about the Crystal Palace?
Will you say you're on your back end of your career?
What does that mean exactly? Elaborate, please.
Elaborate. Do you feel like your career's going down?
Do you need an agent?
It's like interviewing Elton John after his career died. It's just we're trying to get
Fistful
whatever we
of
can out
Knuckles
of it.
coming back with a sophomore album?
Sophomore.
You're gonna find a good producer and have it come back. Like
We could link
Johnny
You
you.
can have a
Cash did.
black singer now.
I can't catch my
Which
breath.
one of you is going trans?
The upright standing bass.
is this the
now-
highest point in your career? That's what we're asking.
This is the lowest. Hopefully this gets 3 views like your other videos.
I beg to differ. Your video got about 300 views, Big Papa.
Yeah.
Oh.
You were a hit
Yeah.
in the bad
good at
neighbor
it.
world, at least.
My favorite thing about the Crystal Palace,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an answer. I don't know.
He saw all the fucking crystals.
It was really exciting because the guy that I was playing in his band for, Larry Barra, he really was trying to get like some of the old Bakersfield sound guys into the Crystal Palace again and stuff. And we got to play with some legends, which I'll always remember. And a lot of those legends are kind of leaving this world now. So it's kind of nice to kind of go back and go like I played a song with that guy. Or
Yeah,
a
it's
few
dope.
songs.
Do you use it as street cred when you're going to other shows? Like, I
Nope.
played with that guy. I played with
Nobody
that
cares.
guy.
That was the first time anybody even asked.
I never forget. We went to that barn and I helped you set up, and there was a ton of people, and they pulled out instruments with like signatures from people who died, and I'm like, no one gives a fuck, dude. Like I went to you had a show at a barn, and everybody asked me to do a set there, and I told them no.
Oh, that was the Red Barn thing,
Yeah.
actually.
And
I
then
never
this,
played that.
This guy pulled out a pedal board, and he's like, look at that
But
signature.
my buddy Fat Cat did, and I was probably helping him, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. But yes,
Your grandpa did. Your grandpa played there a couple times. I
that's
think.
right. That's right.
Did you just come from a lineage of musicians?
No. Nobody in my family
He
played.
started the line.
Oh, actually, I take that back. My mom
Oh,
tried to teach me how to play fiddle, which I would have really wish I would have paid attention when I was like maybe 11 or 12. But I was like, fuck fiddle. I want to play guitar or whatever. But didn't
Dude,
play
you would have
anything.
got the most pussy playing the fiddle.
Bro, I love fiddle. It's like one of my favorite instruments for sure.
Let me ask this. Do you think Nathaniel would be pursuing comedy if you weren't such a creative person with all the shit you
It's
do?
a great
like-
question. I got to be honest with you. I wouldn't be doing comedy right now if he didn't introduce me to SNL. That's for sure. If he didn't ask me to come in the room and watch SNL with him every night, there's no way I'd be doing comedy right now. That's
Right.
for sure.
He might have just been
Thank
trying
you for
to
the
fuck you.
save because I'm so high right now. I don't know if I can talk. But I really take it back to when I jizzed in his mom.
In the Del Pine Terrace
He
apartment.
just, here's what he did. Hold on. Here's what he did.
I
Here's
made
what
a
he
joke
did.
when I came in your mom. I think that's what started
Here's what he
it.
did. He went. He
I get it.
he nutted in your mom, and then he went down to her pussy and went knock knock.
Who's there? Pregnant.
He busted. He's like, ugh. He's like, hold on.
Oh my god.
He's all, what's the difference between black people and?
You go racist all the time.
I was gonna start doing the Chris Rock bit.
I remember my dad used to invite me and let me watch SNL with him, and my mom would immediately kick me out because the SNL back when SNL used to get more rowdy. You know, they're going more PC as we go along. But there was a bit where I remember they were playing DJ and everybody's heads blew up, and my mom kicked me out of the room, and my dad came.
That was
Come
funny.
back inside.
Remember when I was trying to show you the Chappelle show?
Oh
And
yeah,
Mom
and
got all
mom was
pissed
like,
off.
no. And Chappelle had this great bit where he got an Asian to say racist stuff for him since he couldn't say it, and he had an Asian girl go, "All white people look the same, all Asian people look the same," but I had an Asian girl doing it, and my mom was like, "Get him out, get him out. I don't want to see him that." Blah blah blah.
And now look at you. You did
So
an
it's my
Asian
fault.
That
accent.
was your first
So it's
joke in
all my
Asian
fault.
joke.
I know.
I remember, yeah, that's true. One of my first jokes was an Asian joke. I remember I was like 15 and I was just watching Ari Shaffir's This Is Not Happening.
Yeah.
And my mom came in the room and I'm like, I think I know what he wants to do. And then I ended up choosing basketball instead. But I've been watching comedy since I was like 14 because of this guy. That's for sure. So I give
That's
you a
pretty
lot
cool.
of credit, Dad.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Shit.
Now you have to
That's
watch
pretty
me
cool.
fail.
Then we're gonna be sitting with Nathaniel, like, so is this the back end of your career?
My dad starts a podcast and I get on it, and he's like, "What's the best story about the Well Comedy Club?"
You're all naming people you've opened for, and nobody knows who they are.
You know what's
I'm
funny?
shocked that like none of my kids got into music except for Amelia. My
Yeah.
eldest is kind of getting into
One
it
of my
now.
sister's
But
getting into bass.
I've always had bands practicing at my house and been in bands and performed and like I remember when he was a little kid watching me at the Crystal Palace and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, none of them like he plays piano a little bit, but he never really got into music. I wish he would have.
Yeah.
I think they probably all were laying in bed, just like hearing that bass go off. They're all like, "Will he shut the fuck up?"
I was hoping to have one of those
Trying
like
to
family
sleep.
bluegrass bands, you know, where everybody played a part.
Someone
Daddy sang
plays
bass. Mama sang.
I come in with the harmonica,
Someone's playing the spoons.
playing a bunch of prison tunes. And then Marcus would come in here and be like, "This is really white trash. You all know the lyrics of Johnny Cash."
I'm just sitting there, I'm like, "Yo, when do the white hoods come out?" Your dad's wearing a Grand Wizard robe.
We have a cross and we haven't turned it upside down yet.
Oh,
How you feeling? How you feeling?
Go ahead.
we got to cut all this out.
Don't worry, I'll be out of your
We're
system
not
by the
going
morning.
to. I remember the last podcast. My dad was like, "You're gonna have to look that over, see if there's anything we cut out." We ended up cutting out like 20 minutes off the last
Did we?
podcast. Yeah, and it was like a minute. It was like an hour, 20 minutes long because you kept saying people's names, and I had to go through and cut them all out so you wouldn't get chastised for it.
He goes outside. He's
It was
freaking
actually a
out.
cool flex because I opened for J.C. Carias, right?
Yeah.
And
Did you?
And he was in the beginning scene of Babylon, the movie that just came out with Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie and Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
And it was
Thank you.
This motherfucker.
I didn't realize you bought Twinkies at the store too. That's what went into the $50 you spent.
Oh shit! Are they all different flavors?
They're all mixed berry.
Not Anthony's, bitch. You don't need that, Nathaniel. We are guests.
That's fine. I didn't want the mixed berry.
Oh, are there different flavors?
Mixed berry. You got two mixed berry and then one reg.
It was cool because I was like, he was the first scene. J.C. Crisis in the first scene of Babylon, and he comes out of the car and
Dude.
yeah, and then Nathan was like, "Big Hoss," and I showed him. I'm like, "Dude, I opened for that guy," and he's like, "Yeah," and I showed him a picture of me and J.C. Crisis putting our arms over each other, and I'm like, "That's cool," you know what I mean?
Now
That's cool.
it's really cool that you mentioned that too, because I just opened for Dustin Ibarra and he was in Us.
Yep.
No, not Us. In Nope.
No, he was in Us too.
Really?
Was he in Nope?
No, he was in Nope. He was one of the guys that was at. Have you guys seen Nope? Anyway, he's a guy in the movie, but it
He's
was
in
cool.
Us too.
Yeah.
He's in Us. He's the guy who does the the game carnival game.
Well, that's the guy in Nope.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
What part does he play in Nope?
Doesn't matter. But anyway, I opened for this guy. It's cool.
It is a cool strap. Grab your microphone, Dad.
Sorry.
It is a.
You got cum on your lip.
It is a cool. It is a cool flex.
Shit hanging from that fucking dumb face all the fucking time, and he doesn't feel it. I got a beard, and I can feel it.
It is a cool flex to have pictures with people that are in movies.
Yeah, move
because we
on
always take a picture
quickly.
at the end of a show, so it's really cool.
Dude,
to
you
pull
got
up a
shit
picture.
on your face still. How the fuck do you
I'm still eating my fucking Twinkie.
It's,
all right?
it's
His nose
up your
now,
nose.
it's like
what were you
going.
snorting the cream? Fucking homo.
Messed up.
He's like, it's rude.
So rude.
Talk about woman.
Women.
Women. You can't even say it.
Women. Say it right.
I don't think I've really been opening for anybody who is
Big
You
names.
opened for fucking Kurt Metzger. You hosted for Kurt Metzger.
Kurt Metzger
That's
just
true.
showed up on the
Dude.
Joe Rogan podcast.
That's crazy.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, but
Yeah.
he's
He
been
has
part
an
of that.
Emmy though, dude.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, for
Really?
that fuck. I think so. For that.
Schumer.
No, that Sacha Baron Cohen show on
Oh.
Showtime.
You know, he wrote the joke that fucking Chris Rock got slapped for, right?
No way, really?
Yeah.
No
he did.
way.
He did.
What,
He
did you say? Did he say it on a podcast?
He said it on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Really?
He was like, I'm not saying that I wrote it, but I wrote it.
That's fucking cool,
That's
dude.
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Dang, you opened for the guy responsible for the joke that got Chris Rock's mad. It's a long train, but you did it. That's cool.
So what do you guys think about Will Smith's new movie? Have you seen it? I'm sure
The
you
one where he
have.
plays a slave?
Yeah.
Oh, should have never passed up on Django.
He did, didn't
He did, like an idiot. Should have never
Wait,
passed
Will
up
Smith
on
was
Django.
supposed to be in Django?
He was supposed to
That's
play Django.
Crazy.
Fuck
He's
Will
such a
Smith.
fucking moron that he thought
Oh
Django
my
was a
brother.
side character.
Fucking Jamie Foxx has been waiting in the wings all these years for fucking Will Smith to go bye-bye.
Oh, yeah.
He is fucking Will Smith, right?
Uh-huh.
Like fucking he's going to come in, nobody's going to know who's Will Smith. Fucking Jamie Foxx is going to slip right
Yeah,
in.
but Jamie Foxx, I feel, is way more talented than Will Smith.
Yeah,
Way
he,
more
He
talent.
can do tons of impressions.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he has so
he
much
dropped
range in the
albums.
movies
Doesn't
that he
he have
did.
an NBA album?
I don't know.
Will Smith
It's
is
a
just like
Grammy,
that
but
one
yeah.
homie that was really cool, but he got married and just like he just
He
started
fell off.
changing.
Yeah.
But
You
also,
know?
Jamie Foxx is like a legit stand-up, too. He has like a Showtime special and shit.
I don't
like
know
that.
why he doesn't
He's
do more.
everything. No,
He
this
does
is-
everything. He has
he's
a rap
everything.
album. He has all sorts of shit.
Well,
Yeah,
he's a
so it's like
musician.
Childish
He
Gambino.
plays piano. I mean, he was in that Ray movie. And
Yeah, he's definitely
learned
talented.
everything.
I saw him in the I Love Robot or I Hate Robot.
So I still
thing.
remember watching him on, was it Mad TV? Or In Living Color.
In Living
In
Color.
Living Color. So funny, man. That guy's got so
Do you know
much
what In Living
talent.
Color is?
I don't.
It's like Black SNL.
Oh.
Well,
It
Jim
was so good.
Carrey was.
That's
on
where
that,
actually
too.
Jenny from the Block came from, too. She was one of the dancers on that show.
Oh,
and she
snap.
got hit.
Why is he reaching for the top shelf?
He always does
can't.
weird shit on the mushrooms. I swear.
He's not. Dick.
Marcus is trying to get water right now. Hey, we're the hosts. We could have got you some water, big boy.
My face is so hot right now.
Your face is hot?
Yeah.
Do you want some water?
The temperature. No, the mushrooms make your temperature.
But do you want me to get some water? Ice water. Do you want some ice water?
No. I just want ice beer.
For people that can hear, he just said he wanted ice beer instead.
People can hear me. Don't play around, man.
I don't think they can.
Does it snow out here to where it's like you guys have to like shovel shit, or does that never happen?
We
A
used to.
little bit.
We used to. We used to live almost
Thank God for global warming.
another. We used to live another 800 feet up the hill, and my dad.
No.
coming so
It wasn't
pissed.
800 feet because I think we're like 4,200. We were at like 6,200 up there. So
So
another
2,000 more
feet.
feet. And it took forever to drive up there, too. And we had to wait. We couldn't go anywhere until the plowers came through and plowed our road.
Yeah. So it was inconvenient for like a day or two.
I remember
It's
California.
California snow. It's not
Right.
like in Michigan right now. It's like negative 20 and fucking wind chill of 30 and
Right. No, I just saw
crazy.
a video of like these Buffalo Bills players. They got back to their cars and it was like snow on top of every single one of their trucks. I don't feel like there's snow like that here,
No,
right?
there's
Like,
not
Yeah,
ever.
just a little.
The most we've ever
We
gotten
get
is
some
about
ice
3
and some
feet.
dusting.
3 feet is the most we've gotten, but it was on top of the hill, and it was a crazy blizzard. But my dad used to have to shovel this big-ass driveway that we had, and he'd come in super tired and shit. But I remember the coolest memory I had when it snows that much. It snows over the roads, and nobody's plowed the roads. And my roads were all downhill. And I'm not even kidding. I sled a mile down a hill all the way to my friend's house and just hung out with him until the plowers came through. This is the dopest shit I've ever done. Because it gets so snowy that you have to wait hours and hours for the plowers to come through and get because it's like a foot and a half of snow, and it's
You guys
such
can't
a
just go
pain
out
in
there with
ass.
the flamethrower and just fucking melt all that.
Well, if
shit.
we
And
yeah,
you can't put salt because it will tear up your concrete. Which
if you go for a flamethrower, it's super expensive.
what was that?
Dude, do not talk on the mic with your fucking
Jesus
mouth full.
Christ.
It's disgusting. I hate listening to it. And you chew with it in your mouth. Put the mic down and finish chewing.
Guys, I want to apologize for raising this guy.
Yeah, he's like a fucking monkey. It's like a
I feel like he's
going
gonna
to
throw his shit at you. Yeah,
Yeah.
He
he
threw a
might
pen
do
once.
it.
He
might do
leaves
it.
shit all over
That's
his
how
face.
bad of a parent I've been.
He doesn't know how to fucking eat.
Yeah.
Hey, now that you're super sober, what's the worst raising tip you've ever given me?
What? What's the worst?
What's the worst raising decision you ever made? Raising me.
Oh,
Do you have any in mind? Like, oh, I wish I didn't tell my son to do that, or something like that.
I don't know. Do you feel like I've given you any advice?
No, I
that
don't think you
kinda-
fucked up at all.
Then I don't either. You're fucking with me. I know.
All right then.
I mean, unless you can kind of bring something up. I mean, let's do it. Let's, Let's start therapy now.
I have a brother-in-law that's a lineman as well.
Uh-huh.
You're a lineman, right?
Yeah.
Or so my brother-in-law's a lineman, but he has sons that my sister's Mexican and he's white. You remind me a lot of him just because
everybody's mic just cut out. Are you fucking?
I was like, man, I'm boring as fuck. He's not listening. And he's trying to hear what I said.
He's all telling everybody, shh.
I like to have your little headphone down for yours. You don't need that on there.
Your hand did that 10 times.
It just did it twice.
I don't want to talk anymore. I just want to listen.
Go ahead.
No, it's just
There's that white lineman guy. Go ahead.
I look at Nathaniel and I'm thinking he's a representation of what my nephews are going to be like because one of them is like 12 years old. He's a white kid. Half white, half Mexican kid, but he passes like a little white kid. So I'm just thinking he's going to grow up to be like Nathaniel.
Yeah, he's half Scottish.
I'll tell you a story that you never knew about. I remember my 5th grade year, you taught me what the N-word was, just because.
What?
This is how you use it, son.
I started
This
listening.
is when,
Only
where,
in
and
meetings.
how.
You got to look around, all right?
He goes first. You got to round him up.
This is a fucking lie. I've never fucking talked to you about how to use the N-word.
I didn't say that, bitch. They said that. I remember I listened to a rap song and my mom said, "You better not say the N-word." And I'm like, "What's the N-word?" And I remember you were driving me to school and you said, "Here it is." And
He's
you
like-
told me it. And you said, "Never say it. Never say it. You're not allowed to say it." And it was a lesson I took for the rest of my
Okay.
life. Burned into my memory. You said never. And you
This
said,
does sound like me now.
you said, "Here's the N-word." You said it once.
No, I did not say it.
And you showed him a diagram. You had pictures.
He's doing this for effect.
He's like, and then you're like, "I'm gonna say it once, and then I'm gonna say it with a little bit of style."
He's like, I want you to know how to handle both situations.
You want to avoid the R if you're
Are
with
you
your
with your
homies.
boys or not?
Are you singing a song or is someone parked in your parking spot? What song was it? What song were you
I don't remember. I know it wasn't a Macklemore song.
Oh, YG.
What's that fool for Fresno?
Man. I was only 10. And you said
Jeezy,
never use the
Jeezy.
word. And you told me what the word was. And you said never repeat it, never do it. And then you explained to me the history and why you don't say it. And I remember.
He's like, repeat after me. You're
Your ancestors made up the word. We don't use it no more, okay?
Meemaw and Peepaw
funny,
used to
'cause
say
this
it.
this is a lesson white parents go through. This ain't shit we ever had. to go
seriously. Yeah.
through. He's like, yeah, we got it.
Are you going to get your white children killed one day? I figured if you don't have the fucking talk.
I
with
figured
them.
I'd mention this lesson because I know you guys didn't have it.
They all have to go through the talk.
Yes, we do. White people have to go through that talk.
Listen.
They get some friends of color in the college and hey, my N-words, hey! And they're dead.
And
It
the
happens all
scariest
the
thing that
time.
happened to me was you told me it, and then you explained the history.
It was right after you declared you were going to start doing basketball. That's when you decided
Son,
that.
if you're going to join the middle school basketball team.
There's some ground rules you need to know.
It was actually in elementary school, 5th grade. 5th grade. 5th grade, he gave me this lesson. And a buddy of mine started saying bad words that we can't say. Ironically, this was the conversation that came up that day, day of.
God, this is phenomenal.
And he's like, you better not say, we were whispering the word fuck to each other. And we're like, we can't say that. And then I whispered to my friend, I said, how messed up is it that, back then they used to use the word. And then I said the N-word to him. I whispered it to him. And he went, "No, man, I'm telling the teacher." And my heart dropped. Because I remember it was the day of. My dad said, "Never repeat it." Never repeat it.
So, oh my God. Could you? He's going to be so proud.
He just killed the guy. He's
Yeah.
like, oh my.
Yeah. My heart fucking sank because I'm like, literally today, my dad told me never to repeat that, you know? And I'm about to get in trouble for saying it at school, and then my dad's going to feel the blame, you know? Like, so much going through my head as a 5th grader. And then my buddy, he's playing kickball, and I'm kind of friends with him. I'm like mediocre friends with him. There's 3 other people. And I'm talking to 3 other people. I'm like, he's going to tell me, can you believe that? I just said that. And he's like, I'm going to tell on you. He keeps reminding me during recess. It was recess. That's how young it was. And then we went into it was 4th grade actually. And we went into the classroom, and he writes down a report. And he says, Nathaniel Webb said the N-word. And then he puts it on our desk. And I'm just panicking. And I talked to the guy's closest friend, and I said, "Hey man, this is gonna destroy my life. You know, I'm friends with you." I go, I'm literally dying, and I go, "Hey buddy, I'm friends with you."
I'll never be able to get a job.
Yeah.
Kanye was like, fucking Nazis cool. Dude. And you thought your whole life was.
And then I said, "Hey buddy, you have to go it." And I remember that moment, the teacher was going to walk back to her desk to pick up that note. And I said, Michael, his name was Michael, you have to help me and tell Cole not to take that note off. And then Michael went, yeah, I got you. And then he went to Cole and he went, and then Cole went up, grabbed it.
Called the hit off.
Yeah. Took the note off the desk and threw it away. Literally the craziest moment of my life, dude. That's how much. That's
He's
how
like,
not in control of
kid
that moment
suffered
I was. And my buddy Michael went, and then he went up, grabbed it, threw it away, and we were friends after that. But I'm like, oh my God, if that would have happened, you know, that would have been the most in trouble I've ever gotten in my life. That's for sure.
No, I wish he
I was
would have
only
never
10.
took it off.
Man, yeah, imagine that would be an even better story. You remember I said the N-word in 10th grade and got caught for it?
The day of when you told me never say it.
Yeah. I think that was probably the best lesson you taught me when I was a kid.
How did it come up? Were you just asking? It was like, can you believe that we can't say
Yeah,
this?
I mentioned it randomly because I couldn't believe that the word even existed. I was flabbergasted that it even existed because I went
He's
to
like, hey, did you know such a cool word existed?
it just rolls right off the tongue.
It had to be sparked by something. Like, were you
Yeah, I
listening
told
to a
you
lot
they
of
were
rap music or
talking about.
something?
They were like, we can't say the F word, we can't say the S word. We're talking about bad words. And I whispered to my homie, I said, "Can you believe that they used to use the word blah blah blah?" And I said it, and it was literally the most craziest moment of my life because that was the most I would have ever gotten in trouble in my life. But if it weren't for that, I'd be a different person today. You know, I think that was a good white dad talk that we had.
The fact that you guys have to call it the talk is phenomenal.
The talk.
Yeah.
The birds and the bees talk was cool. I remember my dad made a joke about a boner, and I said, "What's a boner?" And then that's when we had the birds and bees talk.
What did I tell you about the birds and bees?
I was about to
same
ask you,
age,
like, how
same
did
age,
you
same age.
describe
Same
what
age?
sex was?
Yeah, same age. Same age. I learned
So
about the
N-word
N
talk
word.
and the birds and the bees.
Birds and the bees talk come around the
He's
same
all, next
time
fucking
deal.
day, you were asking what a bird boner was.
Did you ever get the birds and bees talk?
No.
Really?
I never got it either. I was figure it the fuck out.
I just showed him Pornhub.
He's all had a
It's
subscription.
like, you don't know what a boner is? He goes, Lana Rhodes. Check her out.
He's all, this is how kids are made. It's a spit roast with 4 black guys.
This is the category button. It's a casting couch. I'm like, what is this?
So this is how I met mom.
You seriously never had the birds and bees talk?
No.
Then how'd you learn about it then?
School.
Did you make a mistake recently by saying something crazy in class that you realize you're not allowed to
No.
say or anything?
No,
Literally.
everything in my life from the moment I was a kid was context clues because my parents are old as fuck. My parents are 70 and 60. So even as a kid, my parents were 60 and 50. So
What's your oldest sibling? Listen to this.
51.
51 is his oldest sibling.
Yeah. So my parents are old, so they didn't really talk to me about anything. Like it was just like I've found shit out, I figured it out, kids talked, and that was it.
I think everybody figured it out by kids in middle school doing this all the time. I feel like that's.
Literally.
where
I
we
literally
all
thought
got
people
the
were
lead.
rolling dice.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know.
And that's where I started to learn, like,
Oh, I had this bit. I thought sucking cock meant actually getting a piece of shit and sucking on it. Like I didn't mean it meant like sucking dick. Like because I didn't.
Yeah.
Cock.
I think we all went through that. He thought cock.
Did you get cock and cork or whatever?
Cock and caca. Caca and cock.
This is the hardest this joke is killed.
I'm still figuring it out, okay? I'm still working it out.
Yo, the glaze in your eyes just
I gotta
now.
focus on the colors. Let's play some Grateful Dead.
I think it'll be quiet, and I don't think the microphones will pick it up, so I think you're fine. If you want to play some Grateful Dead.
Your nose is running, your eyes are watering.
We're at about an hour and 20.
Dude, we're at an hour 20.
Last
yeah.
one was an hour and a half. I'm sure we're fine. I'm going to end up cutting some stuff out anyway.
Like what?
All of it.
Dude, this is one of the best episodes.
Yeah, it doesn't pick up on the microphone at all. You're fine, bud.
You know, I've never listened to Grateful Dead.
Tennessee Stud.
Now that's getting picked up on
Why-
the
Tennessee
microphone.
Jet.
Why
sorry.
do you think you got addicted to Grateful Dead? What was the first song you heard? What was the environment?
Acid.
Because usually when you love a band that much, it's because you find it in a very memorable moment.
I'm gonna think about that.
You're going to think about it?
Yeah, he's going to go have an ego death real quick.
Okay.
I need to show you this video I saw about the ego death.
Because
I can't wait for you to have yours.
What?
Your ego death.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It really is just, they say it like the moment you, it's kind of like the moment that makes you change your perspective on reality, emotionally, physically, spiritually. It's like something that happens in your life, whether it's the death of a loved one, you get fired from something, you lose something. It's just
I
like
think I've
some
had
sort
one,
of
really.
some sort of event that changes everything.
I tell you what, I think the most detrimental event I've had in my life in the last 3 years was I was on the basketball team, right? And I think I might have told this about you, but this crushed me. It's because I was at
Yeah.
the team, and I know the team didn't really fuck with me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I kind of knew that off the bat.
I remember this, yeah.
But eventually they were getting used to me, and they appreciated me. And then I remember my coach pulled me into the room, and he says, I had a conversation with all of the people here, and they think you're fucking annoying, and you need to cut it out. And I remember I went in my car and cried, and I was like, oh my God, why aren't they telling me this? You know, I had trusted 12 different people, you know, but apparently they were all calling me annoying. You know what I mean? And from that moment on, I said, fuck people, dude. I'm like, it really sent me. I'm like, I don't need to care about what other people think, and I just have to roll the way I roll, you know?
That's the wrong aspect to take, though. That's what I've been telling you from the get-go. That's like, you got to know your audience in every situation. And in basketball, I mean, that was you. You were trying to tell everybody, I'm a funny guy, and you wanted to joke around and whatnot.
Just leave it.
Is it?
It's because you were quiet, and I turned it up, and then you put the microphone on your mouth.
I know, I'm a sound guy. I know. I'm my worst nightmare. No, I'm just saying, you got to know your audience when you're like at work or if you're in a serious situation, especially in basketball at BC and stuff, where everybody was taking everything so serious and like everybody wanted to get the scholarship. Everybody wanted to take it to the next level, and you're like telling dick jokes.
Yeah.
It's like knowing your audience.
Yeah, of course.
And now you found the right audience. You're with a bunch of people that like dick jokes.
Of course, yeah. And it wasn't just that I'm like, fuck them. You know,
Wait,
pick
was
my
that the
audience.
moment that made you quit, or the moment that made you be like, fuck, like what?
That's kind of the moment that made me realize I'm like, why? I just, you know, like you just have to stop, you know, not trusting people in general, but not caring, you know, what people's ideologies are about you and just being yourself and stuff and not worrying, because that really like shattered me as far as like, oh my God, am I fucking annoying? Am I
dude.
weird? Am I terrible? And it kind of hit me. I went, no, I just gotta, you know, just
The answer to all that is no.
yeah.
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 Just knowing your audience.
100%. I sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and like the friends that surround you and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll tell you who you are
Yeah.
without question. But when you're in those like kind of situations when you're in basketball or work or, you know, those weird social situations, yeah, fuck those people.
There's just, dude, I remember in college. In college, I was.
Think about that Grateful Dead question.
I was in theater, so that, and this was like in 2015 when all the woke shit really started happening, and then some liberal chicks basically called me out and said that I was like a racist, homophobic bitch. Like, and I remember having a literal panic attack and like falling on the ground and being shattered because these women didn't like me and were telling other people these things about me, and I was like, this is so untrue.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, it crushed me, but then I started to realize, I'm like, no, the people who really know me know what I'm about, and these opinions of this crowd literally is insignificant. You know, several of those things have happened to me, but I don't know. It's just powerful.
Yeah, definitely. Marcos?
What?
Marcos is himself. Look at him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I haven't said much. Fucking asshole.
What'd you say?
You're him. You're yourself. Like I
Yeah.
feel like you do
I'm
it.
gonna turn up my own mic.
You are so
That's the
yourself
headphones.
that you'll go to my
Oh, it's just
house.
headphones?
You're so yourself that you'll go to my house with traditional Mexicans and just start making like rape jokes and like killing jokes and like just and it's just like it's just who he
Yeah,
is.
it's
He's
just
not going to
what I
be
do.
try to be different because it's my nice traditional Mexican family. He's going to be rowdy and be who he is. So
Yeah, what I had to learn that because it was like I used to be like the whole like let me just be this person that people want me to be. I even did that in relationships all the time, where I would just be whatever the girl was into. I would just figure out how to get into
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like my whole world like used to revolve
it's like
around
people
relationships.
pleasing almost.
I
Yeah.
used to be a huge people pleaser.
Shape to other people instead of
Yeah.
yourself.
Now this is why like when it comes to certain situations, I'm very much thankful when people just like me for me.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, dude,
Absolutely.
I love being around people.
That's
who
how you find
like
girls
me
that
for
you're
me.
best friends, you know,
Oh,
ones that
yeah.
act and talk and decide and do
Oh,
things
yeah.
like you do.
That's who I get. That's like people like I'm attracted to more now is like people that actually we have similar interests and like who actually understand how I like process and like operate. Where
Yeah.
like they figure out like everything's a fucking joke until you really like you'll know when it's not a joke.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So that's how I just operate like that all the fucking time.
I think it makes you a lot mature too, and to understand other people's opinions, and you know, in all these situations, you have to respect what other people are
yeah.
thinking. You have to realize that they're not in the wrong. We both are,
Yeah.
and you just got to be yourself
I also,
in all
like-
those situations.
I also had to learn like how to do whatever the fuck you want. Like today, like this fool told me like he was like, "Oh, I'll tell this girl to fire you." I was like, "I don't give a fuck. Tell her to fire me. I don't like this job anyway." Literally, I told the manager, I was like, "I could care less about this job."
All right, Dad, listen to me. Dad, listen to me, because
This was
this conversation's too serious, is what I'm thinking, and my dad's laughing way too hard at this conversation.
Did you guys do this on purpose?
Yeah, yeah. We
What?
did.
Give you mushrooms?
Yeah, give me mushrooms. No. Like have like the most serious fucking podcast that you guys ever.
Listen, what is the moment that made you love Grateful Dead?
Oh,
Right? Because for me, when I listen to music, there's a Trippie Redd song that I love so much. Listen. You want to know why?
What song?
You want to
This
know why?
is the N-word.
That's such a broad difference. Yo, I love Ungrateful Dead who
I'm just
actually
giving
plays
an example.
instruments.
I'm just giving an
And
example.
then he's all, I love Trippie Redd.
I'm giving an example.
Trippy Red. It's just
Trippie Red.
Yeah, that's
a
his
rapper
name.
with dreads. It's
And the
a
reason
red-
why I love
is he
that
a white
song,
guy?
No. The reason why I love that album so much is because in the moment that I was introduced to the song, I was having such a beautiful time in my life. I was in a car with 3 of my friends, and he just picked me up. He came back. He moved out, came back, and he picked me up from practice just to see me, you know, which is a very honorable moment, and I enjoyed it so much, and that's why I love that song so much. So I'm curious for you, what was the moment that made you go, oh, my God, I love Grateful Dead. I love this moment. I love this, you know, this whole entire vibe.
So I went to a couple of Grateful Dead parking lot. Easy killer.
Come on, dude.
Living in the Bay Area, we had access to a lot of like parking lot shows and stuff and pre-games and my best friend Jason. Is that for me?
Your eyes are watery as fuck, dude.
Some I guess Oakland. It was right off the BART and stuff, and my best friend took me to first couple of Grateful Dead shows. We didn't even get in, but we just fucking partied in the parking lot and did our thing and listened to the drums, and it's just such a piece of my landscape, far as my childhood and stuff like that. I mean, I remember Grateful Dead since like 1988, 87. I can't remember. When we first started going to those shows and stuff in the parking lot. You're fucking killing me.
Anyway, Dad, fuck that question. What was the most annoying Asian you skated with in San Francisco? Did you
I almost got killed by Asians.
By Asians or
Asians. Yeah, no.
They can only
don't-
run in groups.
Oh, brother. If I just had to take one Asian on, I would have been cool. But yeah, there was multiple. There was multiple. My freshman year in high school in San Francisco, I all the freshman lockers were in the basement, and I didn't know that was like ABT, All Brothers Together, Asian gang area. And I go out there, and I'm trying to figure out my combo and stuff like that. I already told this story, didn't I?
I don't think you did.
No, you didn't.
And that's when I met my friend Anthony. And I met him in a math class right before I went to go find my locker. He saw me go down in the basement, and he knew what was going on. I was like, oh, that white boy's going to get himself killed down there. So I was trying to figure out my dude, I'm serious. Like, the Asian gangs in San Francisco were no fucking joke.
In the 80s, correct?
Yeah, like 89. And so I went down there, and I was trying to figure out my code, and I look around, and I got like 50 guys looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing down here? I was like, oh shit.
Did you try to blend in?
He got really high.
Trying to blend in. He hurries and pulls tape out of his pocket. He's like,
He pulls out chopsticks.
What's up, Chang?
He starts acting like fucking Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino.
He pulls out some. He pulls Panda Express out of his locker, and he's like, guys.
Thank you for saving that story. My buddy Anthony saved me that day. He saw me surrounded, and I was like, oh shit. And they're like, what are you doing down here? And I'm like, hey, this is my locker. And like, no, it's not. I'm gonna save you the impression.
yeah, please do.
Just tell the story in as much detail as possible.
What are you doing down here, motherfucker?
What was his name?
We used to call them finheads. Because they had these big pompadours. They had like these 50s like pompadours back in the day.
Oh, dude.
What are you doing
What you say, motherfucker?
You just hear a dung, a little gong go in the background. What are you doing here?
And my buddy Anthony
Was he
fucking saved me.
squatting and smoking cigarettes?
He's like, what are you doing here?
They had to wait for the voiceovers.
He's like, I don't like that you're here right now.
Tall, round-eyed, leaf.
This is going to get cut.
They're like, rest, get out of here.
How did your buddy?
Oh, fuck.
How did your buddy get you
We're
out of
gonna
that
cut
one?
all this out, right? I'm gonna keep doing Chinese accent. Rest, get rep. Rest, rep.
Definitely keeping that in. You're an idiot if you don't keep that in.
You gotta cut this shit, dude.
No, absolutely
You gotta
not.
cut this
We're keeping
shit.
that in.
We have an Edward in the last episode. We have the Chinese thing right there on the wall.
At least we're acknowledging that we're being racist, okay? So we're in the right, okay?
No, we're not.
Yeah,
At least we
fine.
know we're making a mistake, okay?
I'm sorry.
Oh.
You know, I can actually convince my dad that Chinatown was actually the country of China.
He goes, hey, güey, todos esos chinos aquí. Está China, güey. All of a sudden, your dad talks like your uncle.
No, though, for real though, when we were in Chinatown,
I
it was
convinced
just it was a Chinese restaurant. I'm like, look, Dad, we're in China. He's like, really? Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah,
You
güey.
convince him that a Panda Express with Hong Kong. You're like, listen,
the buildings were
And
just
you can
red.
understand why
they
Panda
wear red
Express
here.
wants to be their own thing, right?
It's so funny, dude.
You got to tell us, how did your white friend get you out of this situation?
No, he wasn't white.
Oh,
He got nunchucks.
He was a man of color.
Oh,
I met him like in the.
It's all, hey,
making
get
it,
up out of there, my boy.
You're making it harder and harder to keep this in. What race do we want to hit next? How did he get you out of that, Dad?
Fucking guys.
You got this.
So, yeah. So
He's like,
as
"Yoo-hoo, dog over here.
as like
He's like, yoo-hoo, meow.
He's like, less. I'm gonna provide a distraction. When that happens, you run.
no, he interrupted. As they were about to commence on kicking my lily white ass, he interrupted and said, "Hey, that guy is cool. He's with me. He will never come back down here." And I said, "Yeah, I'll never come back down here." And I never saw my freshman locker again. And he escorted me up the stairs.
Dang.
I wish I can find him on Facebook.
You saved my life.
Did save my life.
Do they
million times
back
over.
then? What was the worst they would have done to you? Do you think? Because nowadays you just
At
get
that
your
same
ass
school in San Francisco.
What school is
I
that?
saw Lincoln High.
Lincoln High.
If they haven't renamed it because Lincoln's offensive or whatever, but
The guy.
at that same school, I saw a guy get curb stomped for real, dude. Like fucking mouth on the fucking curb, boot on the back of the head, just because he was dating the wrong chick or whatever.
But it'd
I
be
mean,
easy to find his Facebook because he's not smiling in any of his pictures. Go ahead.
It's a little insensitive, Nathaniel.
I mean, there's Anthony and there's Tony and there's, it's like I've looked for him, me and my best friend actually, because we were so in love with this kid, man, when we were fucking in high school, because he was like a 6'4" Adonis, man, and he lived with his aunt Cookie. That
Oh, I know.
that can cook like
Oatmeal
a
or chocolate chip?
What race was the cookie?
What did we know?
What flavor was the cookie?
It wasn't Thea Cookie. It was Auntie Cookie.
We'll
all
just
right?
call it dark chocolate.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, he was an amazing man, or he is. I mean, he's not dead. I don't know. I mean, he could be. I don't know. Diabetes happened.
Was he like big?
I'm getting ready to lose my foot. I don't.
Hey, Nathaniel, update. Your parents are getting divorced and he's losing his foot.
Yeah.
So your dad's not going to remarry.
And they're selling the base. You can't
Sell the base. The Grateful Dead flag's going with it. It's a package deal.
I have another question, Dad.
All right.
When's the first time you started picking up those hats?
Talked about this last time.
We did?
Do it?
Yeah.
I don't think
I
we
got
did.
it from my Uncle Jerry.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
I was kind of upset you didn't wear one in the wedding.
I was trying to OG it. I was trying to go, like, I got a hairline, like pretend.
You have a hairline.
I don't. It looks so Neanderthal.
Can you peek it up real
I got a
quick?
5 head.
Your forehead reveal.
Nah, it's fine.
It's fine.
When I got the hair done, it looks. Nah.
Dude, that was probably...
He just took his fucking protection off. He's like, don't look at me.
This is my helmet.
That's how I
Leave me
feel with this
alone.
hood on, dude.
So this is what your wife looks at? I wonder why she threw the remote at you.
Just add skin tags.
I can't wait till I start getting more skin tags, dude. I was having sex with a chick one time in college, and she ripped a skin tag off my shoulder.
Oh.
There's blood all over the bed. I was like, "Are you in your period?" No, I just ripped a skin tag
That sounds
off my
hot.
shoulder.
Tell that story again slower.
I'm so turned on right now.
They just look so easy to pull off, man. Why don't we just pull skin tags off more often? You know?
The
Just-
Manscaper
just me?
3.0. Ring, ring, skin tags. I tell you what, Dad, we got a lot of compliments from you being in the last podcast, and you're definitely going to return.
So you wanted to dose me in the second
Yo,
one.
you trying
Yeah.
to kill us, Uncle A? These
What are you talking
motherfucking
about?
Twinkies are expired, bro.
He dosed us too. He got payback.
He's all, hey, bitch, those are all edibles. I injected those with acid before. Have a fun ride home, bitch.
He came with the squirts, dude. He's leaving with the squirts.
He's all come as you are.
Is your thing still recording?
Yeah.
Let's check.
No,
No,
it's
it
dead.
is.
Does it go past an hour?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're at an hour 42. You didn't finish telling your dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's end on something.
Let's end on that. What you're about to tell him.
I'll tell you what. My Canadian girlfriend,
Oh shit.
my
Who
a
might
lot of
not
my
be
friends, my friends like Connor and Nathan, all my closest friends, and a ton of people in Bakersfield loved you in the last podcast. And I just wanted to ask you if you wanted to tell any of your fans anything. If,
Oh, yeah. And
for
you
this
got
room.
recognized at the comedy
You got
club.
recognized at the club.
did.
You got recognized at the club. Everybody's like, you have to do another podcast with your dad. And a lot of people appreciate you. Did you want to thank the audience that you grew in the last podcast?
So they dosed me.
They.
This guy fucking tricked me.
I didn't. Okay, I tricked him, but I, didn't know
I thought we were friends. I really did.
I promise next time we do this, I'll bring
Fuck
it
your
up for the
pinky.
both of them.
Fuck your pinky. Fucking makes it- So I got dosed, and we're not releasing this, are we?
Sure are.
We are. We have to.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, release it.
You didn't say any names. You're fine.
Yeah, I didn't.
What'd you take? I mean, Advil? That's what we'll call it.
I took mushroom tech,
Shroom Tech.
shroom tech sport.
Thanks for getting into details. You two will love that. Keep going.
You're on that Shroom Tech Sport.
Hey, can I have a conversation with you guys?
On air or off air? He's all.
Right now.
He's all. He's all. Should I leave my wife? All seriousness, should I?
He puts the music off. He's like, all right, guys.
He's all, no, for real. I really
seriously.
Pause the Grateful Dead.
Did you really think you were entertaining people with that like Cal State podcast that you guys did?
Yo.
Why don't you delete that?
All I know is I wasn't in that one.
Hey, you weren't?
No, it was bad. I was off
It was
camera.
so bad. That podcast was so bad.
What
'Cause-
podcast?
The
The
one
one
where
at Cal State
yeah.
when you guys are like handing
There's
out
two
flyers
of them.
and you're trying to have a podcast. when
Oh, yeah. You watched that.
you're- a little bit of it.
It was on that,
Makes
turn that
sense.
bullshit off.
Yeah, that was bad. That was
it was
bad
such a
podcast.
bad podcast.
Why are you acting like you weren't part of it?
Because if you go back to it, I wasn't on the mic a lot. I was handing out flyers.
He's trying
Right.
to back himself up. That's crazy.
But you're just as fault.
I totally am.
Let's pretend we're both on shrooms right now. and just admit you're just as fault. You're 1/3 responsible for that horrific fucking podcast. How many views did it have?
Don't bring it up.
I mean, train wrecks have fucking more views. Hold on.
I love that the playlist that you're playing is favorite dead songs.
These are my favorite because there's so many.
Do you want to hear? We
These
posted a
are my
podcast
favorite.
right before that one. And we got a ton of hateful comics. Do you want me to read them to you?
Oh yeah, we had some good comments.
You ready for this?
and it was on a good podcast.
That was
too.
a really good podcast.
Okay. The first one said, "This is the worst podcast ever. They weren't even funny." And I got 3 likes. Second one has said, "Whoever told you guys this podcast was a good idea, they lied." The third one said, "Bro, these comics aren't it. I'm fucking dying at this." And then someone replied to this one saying, "I don't know who came up in my recommendation. I seen your comment and I started dying laughing after you said that." And then so all of them are laughing about how trash our podcast was.
How does it make you feel?
I feel fine. That's hilarious. I found
It
it,
made
so
me
funny.
laugh.
I'm very bummed because I spent 3 hours of every Monday doing this.
When I saw that
He just
comment,
farted in the mic.
I laughed so fucking hard.
It sounded like a little TNT bomb went off underground.
And I tell you what, the other one didn't even deserve. But I'm glad you listened to the podcast. I didn't even know you listened to our podcast.
I support you guys, man. What
That's
are you
so
talking about?
sweet. I appreciate it, Dad. That's so sweet of you.
It's like when I find out my mom listens to the podcast, And then she was like, "Are you really behind on rent?" And then I'm like, "You mean electricity?" Yeah.
Yeah, that one's hard.
Yeah, that one's rough.
You know what? I thought of you because we went to my aunt's house, and she's kind of wealthy, you know, and we played left, right.
She has mob ties. I swear to God.
Oh, you
dude.
played LCR?
Left, right, center.
We played left, right, center, and there was 12 of us. And out of her wallet,
And there
she
was
gave
like
$150
$3,000
to each person. $150 times 11, you can do the math. Well, actually, it's $1,700 amongst the table. We played left, right, center, just amongst family, and we gambled. And the only thing I could think of was, Marcos has to pay his electric bill. And I'm playing left, right, center with $200.
He even said when we were getting in the car, that was like the most white gambling.
It's the most white family event I've ever done in my entire life.
Who won?
We played a game where we put a ton of...
my
It's
niece.
funny. We play LCR with beans.
Yeah.
We played a game where she
How do normal people play this game? Because I'm sure it's with quarters or
Dollar bills.
We play. My family's so poor. We play with quarters.
And I'll tell you what,
I've
also-
never even seen the game.
And
And
then
in all
we-
my years, dude, I've never even seen
It's
the
the
game. But they whip it out, and
easiest
she's got a
game, yeah.
stack
Super
full
easy.
of fucking hundreds. And
Yeah.
yeah.
We walked in, and it was the most bizarre thing I ever seen. I saw in the center console, they took all the fruit out of the fruit bowl, and I counted it, $5,000 in the fruit bowl, and we just karaoke'd. And then she threw it on the table. She
most
blindfolded us.
horrible karaoke you've ever heard.
Well, because I was doing it. And we shoveled it blindfolded with a spatula to see how much money we could get.
Oh,
We-
that was the first game.
that was the first game.
The
It was crazy.
spatula
Yeah,
one,
I saw that online.
where she let all the kids like with a whole bunch of was it 20s or 20s and 50s, man. She just like put a pile of cash in front of them, let them spatula it into a fucking plate. I felt like I was in some mob shit, dude. Like that's not the girl I grew up with, bro.
I don't know this bitch.
No, I know her, dude. That's what makes me nervous.
Oh,
bro.
really?
Nathaniel just pulls up and he has like, "Is
Dude,
that all you
just,
scoop?"
Just as party favors, this gal gave out thousands of dollars.
Which is awesome. She's the best aunt ever. And
Of course.
you're the only one that doesn't live with his parents, and I don't deserve that money more than you do, because on the spatula game I cheated and I got $1,000. So I want to give you $40 for your
You
next
got a
electric bill.
grand?
And I get $40 out of it.
There you go.
You got
buddy.
a grand?
No. I got Christmas money from her, from my parents, and from them, and
This is all he
altogether it
scooped
was a
up.
grand.
That's nice
Altogether
of
it
you,
was grand.
Nathaniel.
Of
Thank
course,
you.
it's the day after
Thank you, let's-
Christmas, and I still feel like I'm in the giving season, and I would love you to have this more than anyone else.
I'm actually gonna use this money to buy a Bear Valley hat.
Make Bear Valley great again.
Yep. Actually, can you buy me a Bear Valley hat with that instead?
You bet.
Oh my God, this guy.
I totally will. I'll get you one. I'll get you one tomorrow. I'll bring it down for you.
Probably. I'm picky, either a white or a red one.
Since you know, do you want to advertise your Tuesday mic, Marcos?
Yeah, come out to Tuesdays every. It's a free comedy show, no cover. Yeah, come out. It's fun.
It's at the Well Comedy Club. It's at 7:00 p.m. You
Yeah,
can find it
6
on
to
our
7.
Instagram. He hosts it. I do sound, and it's a great time. It's a free open mic. If you live in Bakersfield and we're near it, you can go there and check it out, and it would help us out. and
What's
support
silly
everybody.
is you guys think people made it to this point.
I know. We're like 2 hours in.
You know what? This reminds me of a song.
We'll close on
Play
this
it-
song.
play us off,
We'll
Wes.
close.
Play
We'll
us
close
off.
this on
Play
this
us off.
song.
Play us off.
After you just said no one's listening, let me play a song.
Close us off with this. I paused your Grateful Dead.
We're about to cause a ruckus with the community.
I got beat up by a special ed.
Hold on, bitch. Hey, tell me if this counts as bullying.
Even like in a silly goose time.
I'm pretty cool, I think. He calls me Zaddy.
Welcome to the Bad Neighbor Podcast.